We all know that HDR gaming has been around for a while, promising more vibrant and lifelike visuals. Nvidia's RTX HDR claims, however, take things to the next level, potentially changing the playing field for PC gamers. But is this new technology really a must-have feature for your next GPU purchase? Or is it just another buzzword in the ever-expanding world of graphics technology? RTX HDR isn't just another HDR format, it's actually an AI-powered technology designed to enhance SDR games, bringing them closer to true HDR quality. This could be a game changer for those with extensive libraries of SDR games, offering a way to breathe new life into older titles. In this video, we're going to deep dive into RTX HDR, exploring what it is, how it works, and most importantly, whether it's worth considering for your next GPU upgrade. We'll look at its requirements, its impact on visual quality and performance, and even peek into its future potential in the gaming industry. So whether you're a hardcore gamer or just someone who appreciates good visuals in your games, stick around as we unpack everything you need to know about Nvidia's RTX HDR. But before we get into that, here's a quick word from this video sponsor.
I'm never going to be an esports gamer. I never get any kills.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Is that Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com?
Yes, my son, it is me, Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to bestow upon you a gift that will transform you into a true gamer. With a 24.5-inch Full HD screen, 240Hz refresh rate, 0.5 millisecond response time, AMD FreeSync Premium, and height adjustability, you'll be gaming in the big leagues in no time.
Thank you.
No problem, my son. Why don't you check out the link in the description below to find out more.
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of RTX HDR, let's take a quick look at what HDR actually is. High Dynamic Range, or HDR, is a technology that allows for a wider range of colours and brightness levels in digital images and videos. It aims to reproduce a more realistic and vibrant image by expanding the contrast ratio and colour palette beyond what standard dynamic range, or SDR, can actually offer. Now, traditional HDR in gaming has been around for several years, with various implementations like HDR10, HDR10+, and Dolby Vision. These formats work by using metadata to map a wider range of colours and brightness levels to what your display can actually show. And they've become increasingly common in modern games, offering more vivid and lifelike visuals when viewed on compatible displays. But here's where RTX HDR differs. Unlike these traditional HDR formats, Nvidia's RTX HDR is not actually a new HDR format. Instead, it's an AI-enhanced SDR to HDR tone mapping technology designed to convert SDR games to HDR in real time. This is particularly useful for enhancing the visual quality of older or non-HDR games on HDR displays. This approach sets RTX HDR apart from both traditional HDR implementations and other SDR to HDR conversion methods. While standard HDR relies on games being developed with HDR support from the start, and basic SDR to HDR conversion applies a simple tone map, RTX HDR uses advanced machine learning algorithms to make more intelligent decisions about how to expand the colour space and contrast of SDR games. The result is a technology that promises to breathe new life into older SDR games, potentially making your entire game library look better on HDR displays. It's a unique approach that leverages Nvidia's expertise in both graphics processing and AI, aiming to bridge the gap between the vast amount of existing SDR games and the capabilities of modern HDR displays. So the big question, how does RTX HDR actually work? Well, despite what the name might suggest, it doesn't actually use ray tracing. Instead, it leverages machine learning models trained on vast amounts of SDR and HDR game data. The process starts by feeding the SDR game output into a model, which expands the colour space of the original SDR content based on its training. The result is a game that appears to have HDR-like qualities with an expanded colour range and contrast. The machine learning model at the heart of RTX HDR has been trained on a wide variety of game scenes, allowing it to make intelligent decisions about how to enhance different types of environments. For example, it might handle a bright, colourful outdoor level differently from a dark, moody dungeon. This approach allows for more natural looking results compared to simpler SDR to HDR conversion methods. And this is where RTX HDR differs from something like Microsoft's Auto HDR. While Auto HDR does a commendable job of adding HDR effects to SDR games, it's still an approximation based on more general rules. RTX HDR, on the other hand, uses its AI training to potentially provide more nuanced and context-aware conversions. One of the key benefits of using it over Auto HDR is the level of control that it actually offers. While Auto HDR is more of a one-size-fits-all solution, RTX HDR allows users to fine-tune various parameters to achieve their desired look. This can be particularly useful for enthusiasts who want to get the best possible results from their older SDR games. Now, you might be wondering what you need to actually use RTX HDR. Well, first and foremost, you'll need an RTX series GPU, so anything from the RTX 20 series or newer, meaning that RTX HDR will work on all RTX 20, 30 and 40 class cards. The technology relies on the tensor cores found in these cards, which are specifically designed for these types of tasks. This means that older NVIDIA cards like the GTX series or GPUs from other manufacturers won't be able to take advantage of this feature because, well, they lack tensor cores. Additionally, on the display side, you'll want a HDR capable monitor with a minimum of 1000 nits of brightness and one that supports HDR10. On the software side, there are a few important requirements to keep in mind. You'll need to be running Windows 11, as the feature isn't available on earlier versions of Windows, and you'll also need to disable Auto HDR in your Windows settings, as RTX HDR is designed to actually replace this functionality. It's also worth noting that at the moment, RTX HDR doesn't work with multi-monitor configurations. However, NVIDIA has stated that support for multi-monitor setups is planned for the future. For now though, you'll need to stick to a single display if you want to take advantage of this feature. Now, to enable RTX HDR, you'll need to use the NVIDIA app. Then in the graphics section, you'll find an option for RTX HDR. Here, you can toggle the feature on and off, choosing between Use Global, Off Default, and On. Now, when you turn it on, you'll get access to additional settings like peak brightness, which is measured in nits, middle grey point, also in nits, contrast as a percentage, and saturation as a percentage. As for the game support, RTX HDR works on a system level, meaning it can theoretically enhance any SDR game which is built using DirectX 9 all the way through to DirectX 12. Now, it is important to note that it can work with certain games which are built using OpenGL and Vulkan. However, this isn't guaranteed and the results will depend heavily on a case-by-case basis. Now, when it comes to the visual aspect of RTX HDR, the results can be quite striking when applied effectively. You can expect to see an expanded colour range, potentially making colours in your games appear more vibrant and more lifelike. The technology also promises improved contrast with deeper blacks and brighter highlights, which can breathe new life into SDR games, making them look more dynamic on HDR displays. One of the most noticeable improvements is often in the handling of bright areas in a game scene. In SDR games, bright areas like the sun, explosions, or magical effects can often appear washed out or just generally lacking in detail. RTX HDR can help recover some of this detail, making these bright spots look more realistic and impactful. Similarly, in dark game environments, RTX HDR can help bring out more detail in the shadows without losing the overall mood or atmosphere. This can be particularly beneficial in games with a lot of dark environments like horror games or even stealth-based titles. Now, the technology can also enhance the perception of depth and dimensionality in game worlds by more accurately representing the range of a light in a scene, meaning that RTX HDR can make game environments appear more three-dimensional and, therefore, immersive. When compared to SDR, the difference can be quite dramatic, especially in games with a wide range of lighting conditions. Scenes that might have appeared flat or washed out in SDR can gain a new level of vibrancy and realism with RTX HDR. Compared to games with native HDR support, the results might be less pronounced, but RTX HDR can still offer improvements, especially for older games that weren't originally developed with HDR in mind. However, it's important to remember that this is an interpretation of how SDR games might look in HDR. While it can make educated guesses about how to expand the colour and the contrast, it may sometimes make choices that differ from what the game's artist would have chosen. Additionally, the effectiveness of RTX HDR can vary depending on the game. Some types of games or art styles might benefit more from the technology than others, so you might need to experiment with settings to find the best balance for different games in your library. Now, looking to the future, we can expect to see continued refinement and improvement of RTX HDR as NVIDIA develops more sophisticated machine learning models and optimizes its driver level implementation. We might see improvements in how the AI handles different types of game scenes, potentially leading to even more accurate and visually pleasing results. There's also the possibility of more advanced user controls, allowing enthusiasts to fine-tune the HDR conversion process to their liking. Games that currently don't support HDR but could greatly benefit from RTX HDR include popular titles like Valorant, Counter-Strike 2, and Minecraft Bedrock Edition. These games, with their distinct visual styles, could see significant improvements in visual fidelity and contrast with RTX HDR. So, is RTX HDR worth it? Well, that depends on your gaming preferences and your setup. For gamers who have a large library of games which don't support HDR, and also having that HDR capable display, RTX HDR could be a game changer. It offers a way to breathe new life into your existing game library, potentially making older titles look more vibrant and modern. For competitive gamers who prioritise performance over visual fidelity, RTX HDR might not be a must-have feature. The potential for added input lag and even a small performance hit might not outweigh the visual benefits in highly competitive scenarios. On the other hand, for gamers who enjoy single-player experience and value immersion and visual quality, RTX HDR could be a very appealing feature. The ability to enhance the visuals on a wide range of games, including older titles, could add significant value to your gaming experience. It is worth noting, however, that RTX HDR isn't just for games, but it also works with stream videos when using web browsers like Chrome. When you're watching SDR videos from platforms like YouTube on a HDR display, RTX HDR can convert that content into HDR format, offering a more vibrant viewing experience. The process works similarly to games, with the model analysing the video stream as it plays. However, keep in mind that results, again, can vary depending on the content and your specific setup. Due to this, it adds another layer of value to RTX HDR, making it appealing for both gaming and media consumption on your PC. So, win-win. So the big question really comes down to, should you actually enable it? Well, when comparing RTX HDR to other GPU features, it's important to consider your priorities. While features like ray tracing or DLSS might have a more dramatic impact on supported games, RTX HDR has the potential to enhance a much wider range of titles in your library. Ultimately, whether RTX HDR is worth it for you will depend on your specific gaming habits, or the types of games that you play, and how much you value visual enhancement across your entire game library. Also, you have to remember that you will need an RTX-based GPU and an appropriate display. So if you don't already have the right kit, it could be a costly upgrade for you. But if you do have the hardware already, then why not give it a try on some older SDR-based titles? Because, well, who doesn't love replaying through some of their favourite games from times of old? At least I know what I'll be doing this weekend. That aside, hopefully you enjoyed this deep dive into NVIDIA's RTX HDR technology. If you did, a like and a sub to the channel would be amazing. And if you love what we do, consider supporting us over on Patreon, where you'll get access to a whole host of goodies, including behind the scenes content, access to our testing data, bi-weekly game nights, meetups at the eTeknix offices, and much, much more. The link is, as always, down below. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys.